What is going on, everybody? That guy Kai back at it with another personal finance YouTube video. Today we are going to go over how to get approved for a credit card as a college student. If you haven't done this already, like, subscribe, drop a comment if you have any questions or any video topics you want to see me do. And without further notice, we are going to get right into this video. Alright, so the first tip to getting approved for a credit card is knowing your credit score. So if you haven't done this already, you have a couple options for figuring out what your credit score is, or an estimate. One option you have is going to annualcreditscore.com, and once a year you can actually pick to get your credit report sent to you over mail or over online. And so you have that, as well as signing up for Credit Karma. What Credit Karma does is it uses the public information and it uses a Vantage score to give you an estimate of what your credit score is looking like, as well as different things that are reporting on your credit report, such as student loans, car loans, house loans, any hard inquiries, and a couple other things as well. Along with knowing your credit score, you need to know what a good credit score is and what a bad credit score is. So to my left over here, I'm gonna have a little breakdown of bad credit and good credit, so you know kind of where you stand with the estimate that you get from Credit Karma or using the annualcreditreport.com. All right, step 2 to making sure that you get approved for a credit card is to make sure that if you already have credit, if you don't have credit, this may not apply to as much, but if you already have credit, to make sure you are making your monthly payments on time, having a low utilization rate. What that means is if you have a $1,000 credit limit and you're using $100 of that credit limit and you have a 10% utilization rate, the goal is to keep it under a 10% utilization rate. That's going to get you the best score. As well as you're going to want to make sure you are not applying for a bunch of new loans as well. If you're applying for a bunch of loans or other credit cards while you're getting your first credit card to lenders, that can look risky because it shows them that you are consistently applying to get a lot of new credit at once. Along with this step, you do want to make sure that on your credit report that you get from annualcredit.com or Credit Karma, that all the information on there is accurate. If there's any inaccurate credit information, identity theft, any of that, you do want to get that taken care of and have any of those bad credit, bad information lines taken out. All right, so the third step to getting approved for a credit card is to make sure that you are applying for the right credit cards. What do I mean by this? As your first credit card, you probably shouldn't be applying for the Apple Card, the Chase card, or very high valued American Express cards. The cards you are going to want to stay near are going to be secured credit cards, student credit cards, such as Chase has a student credit card, Wells Fargo has one, Discover has one, Capital One has a student credit card. Or you're going to want to find, depending on what area you're in, you might work with a smaller bank. At that bank, they might have a starter credit card specifically for people with no credit or low credit to get you started. So you're gonna wanna stay away from high tier cards and get started with a secured card, a student credit card, or a starter card at your bank. All right, so step 4, if you can do this, is to apply in person. Applying in person is always going to be better than applying online, because you do have the human interaction involved. And if there's any gateways that you need to get past to get approved for this card, you're gonna have a better chance of doing it with someone in person rather than doing it online purely through an algorithm. As well as when you are applying for the card, you need to make sure that you use all accurate information. If you use false information or inaccurate information, that can actually reject your account, and they may not tell you that's the reason why they rejected the account. So you do want to double check and make sure that you are putting all accurate information on the initial report, as well as a big thing when going through this is their incomes part. Use all sorts of income that you have. So if you work 2 jobs, don't just put one job source of income on your credit application. Put both jobs as an income source on the application, because what these banks are also looking for is your debt to income ratio. So if you're applying for a $500 limit credit card, but you only make $300 a month, kind of see where that doesn't make sense. So that's what these banks are also looking at when you are applying for these credit cards. But that will actually be it for this video for getting approved for the credit card. Again, so we'll go over, do a recap. Step 1 is knowing your credit score. Step 2 is to make sure that if you already have a credit score, make sure you're making on-time payments, having a low balance utilization, as well as not applying for 80,000 different loans at once. And also, if you have bad credit, then work on improving all of these as well. Then finding the right card and not applying for a card that has too high of a tier versus a low tier. And then step 4, applying for the card, making sure you're using all accurate information, as well as using all sources of income that you have on the application. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. 50K subscribers by March 2021 is the goal. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day today. Peace.